I noticed an error in my installation. When you turn it on, it's way over here. When you turn it off, it goes to the I, which I guess is on. It should click back there, so I can pull this cover off and flip it around and get it right. Or I can just say, lesson learned. Something's eating it again. I'll move the camera this time. Lower. I think it is an armadillo. The reason I say that is, look at the size of this hole. Be there in a minute. Just hang on. Or either somebody metal detecting snuck over here. Look at that. Look at that holation. Complete lack of hole integrity and replugulation is noted by this pile. If I was in a metal detecting club, I'd have a meeting about that. And we'd talk about hole integrity and the importance of holation and plugulation. Maybe I'll start touring and do classes on that. But let's go get the card out of this thing and see what the animal is. I'll walk around connected and corrected. It is an ever so vicious hiney. I thought it'd be really nice. Look at that little fella. Trying to get this where you can see it. The bugs are back. You were quite the nice raccoon. I don't understand is why they don't eat at all. Little hungry fella. Let's see if that's all that's on here. Raccoon. Raccoon. Oh, there he is cheesing. Look at him like, it's me. I ate it. Oh, there's another set of ears back there. So that is 2 raccoons. That is 2 rackais. Okay. Let's see if there's any more. That's it. I guess they're saving some for later. Check out these wildflowers. Aren't they neat? Purples, yellow, orange, yellow, purple, and a little bit of red to grow on. They were a little more brilliant. Okay, with that said, we're going to take this camera and we're going to put it by that hole. And our next check is going to see what's living in that hole. What are your guesses? Mine is an armadillo. Armadillo, groundhog. I don't know of a fox that would make his den right there next to water. So the question is, where did I put the camera? I think I got a pole over here to shoot at. I'm trying to find out too if this new handle I'm using is as loud and crunchy as the old one. My bride pointed it out and I didn't realize it. I guess I just got so used to my audio being crummy that I didn't pay a lot of attention to it, but when we played the video back on a television set, you know, a television set has like a record player on one side, giant speakers on the bottom, and then a spot for all your Encyclopedia Britannicas below it. I don't know if I got anything over there or not. So I'm gonna move my fingers around right now. Let's see if that is loud. I don't know, maybe it is. I'll put it on that little tree right there. And there's the hole. So we'll see, maybe it'll come out and travel this way and wave to the camera. I don't know. We'll check in a couple days. Or another day. Now I want to look and see if there are any heads with arrows on them. I was digging in the yard. I meant to get this one and show you. I dug up a mimosa tree, a small one, from right along the edge of the water, and wanted to plant it in the yard. And we come down here often and look for arrowheads and stuff, but I took it to the house, base camp, and dug a circle about that big because the roots were only about that long. A little bit of fuzziness. So I had good rootature. I had some pretty substantial plugulation. Wasn't bad. The ground was a little dry, so it did come apart. So plugulation integrity wasn't what it should be, but I did manage to get it repacked. The amazing thing was in between establishing holation, a circle about that big and maybe that deep, I dug an arrowhead up in that one itsy bitsy teeny weeny spot. And this is too deep to actually do what I want to do. I want to get down there in between this, so we have to climb down the bank somewhere. I know that sounds hard to believe, but it's the truth. I've got no reason to lie. Everybody can find arrowheads. I just watched a movie. It took us 2 nights because I don't stay up real late. Not because of my age. Maybe it is. But even when I was, just a couple of years ago, when I was in my 20s, I still got in bed early because I get up really early because I love it. We'll go down here to the other spot. Let's go. So those couple of nights of staying up late, we probably stayed up till 10, 10:30, 11 or so. That's where I want to get. It's right there. I'm gonna go down. We watched a movie called The Hostels. Not like a youth hostel in Germany and stuff, but hostels, hostiles. Holy smokes, that was man, can you believe that stuff kind of movie. It was a fiction movie, fictional, make-believe, but based on stuff that I guess could have happened. We can go down there, but it is always a challenge getting back up. It's a lot drier now down here, so I probably could have just driven right back up it, but maybe we make it all the way. So we sat at the end of it. It's kind of a tragic movie. The odd thing is there was no, look at that spider up. There were no bloopers at the end. And everybody likes bloopers. That one's gotta go. It's deep. Than it has been. I'm walking slow so I don't actually throw the water up over the edge of my boots. I have not put the Hero 6 underwater yet. I didn't want to get water in his ears yet. You wonder how a spider gets from that side all the way to that side. I think they just wait for a good headwind and start spinning and let it go. And where'd that shoe come from? That's odd. There's never trash in this creek. Maybe from our last big afternoon storm. There could be somebody way upstream that throws stuff in. I don't know. Let's see, we need to get up there. Oh, you gotta do something about spider webs. We'll wave to them. I need to come here and cut this up in little pieces. So when the next big storm comes, oh, I didn't get it all. It takes it to somebody else's spot. I'm just kidding. If I actually cut that and drag it out, this is a persimmon tree, I believe. No, it's not. It is a, oh my goodness, kind of leave those big, okay, I'm wrong all around. Look at that. That almost looks like little pecans, but that over there looks like those round things. You know, with all the pricklies on them. What are those trees called? I know what it is. For some reason, when you put a camera in your hand and you attempt to share facts, not like send a fax, but share a fax or many facts, it's tough to remember. The other day I made a video, well, it's been a while ago, about a dog that was on the side of a creek bank. And I called my bride and I said, what are those big police looking dogs? She said, German Shepherd? I was like, oh yeah. I could not remember the name of those dogs. I mean, had I remembered, I'd have said, "You're a pretty boy, German Shepherd. Aren't you pretty, that pretty German Shepherd?" But I think I offended it by not knowing what it was called. When all along, I know what a German Shepherd is. I don't like stereotype. But I was pretty confident it didn't speak English. But then again, it could be fluent. It probably knows the words. Oh, look at that. It probably knows the words. Go get him, boy. Go and get him. Go. There's more trash. Why? Oh, why? Oh, why? There's a lot of silt down in here, so it'd be tough to see a point if there is one. I can rake it. You've seen me do that. You rake the Hey, look at that trail. I wonder if we're near the camera and whatever comes out of that hole comes down here and feeds and digs. We can look for a track. Those are raccoon tracks. I would zoom with my new Hero 6 that has zoom capabilities, but I have to turn it off to do that. You know, I may try that. There's nothing going on this morning. Hang on. Alright, I turned it off and then I tried to get it to zoom and it wouldn't zoom because this thing is getting so hot. It feels like it's overheating. You know how a cell phone will get so hot? Maybe not, but if you do, you do. So now I'm gonna stop recording and stand in my same spot and zoom and see if you can see. You can see my finger down there. Here are the tracks right there. The spider web on my arm. Let's see if we can zoom. Okay, I zoomed. Here are the tracks. Is that any different? Now I'm going to unzoom. Let's try this again. See, we were standing right up there. Now you're right here. I don't see anything that looks like a point. I am pretty covered up in spider webs, but they're kind of neat. I thought that was a vine that had been cut. Can't remember if this is, yes. I try to take the exact same steps so I don't miss anything. Really need a rake. Maybe we missed something in here. Let's look around. Well, I guess I shouldn't have dumped it out because now my water is dirty. I don't see anything that resembles a point. But you don't know until you go. There's some small bass in here, little bitties. A few brim. Actually more brim than there are bass. And many phi of various sorts and denominations. I'm done. Do you want an honest follow-up review on my work? On the seat, these opened back up. Not as bad, but there were cracks. The blue is heavy duty, kind of expensive gasket maker in a beautiful blue tube. And then I sprayed over that with some generic Walmart brand rubber coating, which did fine on the flat stuff. I only did that to cover up the blue, but it just flakes off. But either way, there's no hole in here anymore. They're all filled. And they're sticky around the edges of this for some reason, so I just put tape on it. I'm gonna just get a new cover for it and cover it. But that did work. If that's your goal, to just get it where there's no holes in it so it doesn't fill up with water anymore and blah, blah, blah. Hey, thanks for watching my videos.